Oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome into Early Edge Live, your sports betting brand of record. And what it's been. Week 5 of the NFL. I, of course, am the coach. We are powered by the almighty SportsLine, and we are counting down tonight to one of the most anticipated regular season games in a very, very long time. A rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. Two of the best teams in the league. One of the worst defenses in the league. We're talking Bills. We're talking Chiefs. We're talking Arrowhead. And we're talking about that like button. So let's pound that like button for the next hour. Let's get to 1,000 likes here on the show. We're going to give away memberships, pint glasses, T-shirts, and potentially, if the Shangri-La hits at 1,000 likes, we'll give away a Coach action figure. But we got a lot to talk about, so let's bring in the stars of the show. You know them, you love them, you love them, you know them. M squared. I'm fired up for tonight, baby. Are you?
Oh, we are absolutely ready. Chief is outside early with the dog walker. He's going to come in. I'm going to put the jersey on. He's putting his jersey on. Girlfriend will have her jersey on. We're ready. This as long as this teaser cat, we're going to have a great little night.
Oh, we've got that teaser. Browns +8. By the way, Chargers just scored. They thought they hit the 2-point conversion review. Knee was down, so it's a 5-point game with 26 seconds to go. Cleveland has no timeouts. We'll keep our eye on that because we love that teaser that we both have. And the Cowboys -1, they're at 14 with about 3 minutes to play. Now, Proppy Long Pockets is his new name. Long Pockets, because you got to have long pockets because they're so deep with cash. Alex, you've had yourself a day, son. You've had yourself a day.
Yes, sir, Coach. Yeah, by the way, hello, everybody. AB, Mikey, Coach, always great to see you guys. Yeah, I had a phenomenal start to the day, 5-0 on the props I called on the morning show. I'm super hyped to be here with you guys. I love this matchup tonight. And then last but not least, if we get to 1,000 likes tonight, this is going to belong to someone watching this show, I hope. In the chat tonight, this could be yours. Pound that like button, and this will be yours.
Yeah, I see you, Kelsey. I see you. Awesome job, Proppy. She says Edward's always there. Zachary is there, too. Don't forget, when we get to the prop section of the show, which is about 45 after the hour, you can throw anything into the comment section that you want. Every time you write in the comment section, throw in your Twitter handle because they tend to disappear. We want you to be eligible to win a year-long membership or an upgraded membership or a T-shirt or anything like that. Now, AB's always got double duties on the ones and the twos in addition to being talent here on the show. And I use that word very, very loosely, just like apparently his razor this afternoon. What's good, AB?
Yeah, you know what? My razor was on the bench there for a couple weeks, but got out today. I got a little play action. I'll say this: Prop Stars just destroyed it. Heck of a job today, and everybody on the show. We really had a good day. I will say the one thing though, you know that there was a bad game in terms of the Panthers, not only losing, but, blowing the cover when the maestro is in the text, upset and mad about it. Like, he never gets mad. So, we're just one Panthers game from pretty much almost being perfect.
Oh, I didn't mean to be distracted. They threw a bomb into the end zone, and Cleveland wanted a flag. They didn't get it, so there's 5 seconds to go. Down 5, down to the last play of the game, and that teaser will cash for us. All right. Now we got a lot to get to. Before we get to tonight's game in about 5 or 10 minutes, boys, today was one of the most upside-down days. The late games, there's one that is finished, and that is the Bears going to Vegas, and the Raiders laid an absolute egg, losing 20-9. We did hit the prop Justin Fields under 18 completions. He only had 12 in this game. Mikey, your thoughts on, and then I'll come to you, Alex, on the Bears getting it done with Justin Fields being a very good game manager today.
Yeah, I mean, game manager, they set him up for success, and I'm really happy to see that. The Raiders, obviously, they're just a complete mess right now. They've got some distractions, obviously. But, yeah, it shows you what a good defense can do when you're facing a team that's struggling, and kind of shows you that running backs really don't matter if you're not super, super elite. You plug Williams in there, and they really didn't miss a beat at all. He was fantastic for them. I'm trying to look up what he ended with. 16 carries, had 60 yards, was involved in the passing game a little bit. Just a great game by the Bears. They managed it very well.
Mm-hmm. Alex, your thoughts on we hit the Justin Fields prop, but everything else that went on with the Bears today?
Yeah, we hit Justin Fields prop. We also hit our Josh Jacobs over 13 and a half rushing attempts. So we went 2-0 in this game on props, which was awesome. And to piggyback off of Mike's point, yeah, I totally agree regarding the running back. So not only did Williams have a good game, but Herbert came in and rushed for 75 yards on 18 carries. Their third string running back. So yeah, Chicago can just plug in pretty much anybody on the practice squad, and he's going to come in and be productive. But yeah, I paid close attention to this game. I watched this game, and yeah, from the Raiders standpoint, it was very disappointing to watch. They just kept shooting themselves in the foot over and over again. Penalty after penalty after penalty. The offense just could not get into a rhythm whatsoever. They were stalling out. They were just unable to sustain any drives, no creativity whatsoever with the offensive playmaking. The passing game that looked very explosive early on in the season just looked a mess. So yeah, it was tough as someone who enjoys the Raiders to watch them just struggle throughout this game.
AB, you got something?
Yeah, I do. People got mad at me last week when I said that the Raiders, pretty much are gutless on offense, and John Gruden's a big part of that. They said, no, he's tough. Well, you know what? We've got to figure it out 2 weeks in a row. If you just punch their offense in the mouth, they're going to fold. And that's exactly what they do. Their play calling is atrocious. It's spineless. It's 5 yards and in. They don't even take shots. It's not even the same offense of what you saw in week 1 and week 2. And it reminds me of that Steelers offense towards the end of the season last year when they had no offensive line. And the Steelers weren't being gutless. They just couldn't do anything. Like, they just had no offensive line, no time whatsoever. The Raiders, they really have there's a team culture issue right now, and their backs are against the wall. And I really suggest that they find out who they are, because this isn't it. Yeah. And they're a lot of fun, but this isn't it.
Yeah, you use the word culture, and you got to wonder how much the debacle with the John Gruden emails affected their focus and John Gruden's focus, to be honest with you, in what he had to focus on. If anybody missed it, a bunch of bad emails from him back in 2011, calling DeMaurice Smith some names and calling Roger Goodell some names. It's just a really, really bad look for Gruden and a bad look for the Raiders as well. By the way, he wasn't with the Raiders in 2011. He was with ESPN, with me, working with me back then doing Monday Night Football. By the way, we did have a YouTube commenter saying, I'm not doing anything until I get M Squared's update on the weather tonight. Well, we don't have to wait for that, because I've got a little birdie, the same birdie who last year let me break the news before CBS, who was doing the game when I had the Mahomes. I can't even remember what a concussion is called. A concussion. And I had the breaking news before CBS did last year, and now I work for them. How about that? But I just got an update, guys. Rain off and on right now. Said by second quarter locally, it should be steady for the rest of the game. So we might get a quarter and a half, 2 quarters with very, very light rain. So take that for what it's worth. All right, a couple other things. Speaking of Herbert, game's over in L.A., and you've got to say the Chargers are now for real. They come back. They win 47-42. Baker Mayfield in a losing effort, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns. You had Chubb, 161 on the ground. Kareem Hunt, 61. They go for 222 together. On the other side, Herbert, 398 in the air, 4 scores, 0 interceptions. And how about Mr. Williams? 8 catches, 165. Keenan Allen, 75 yards. Eckler goes over his prop of 53 yards. So just a bunch of great performances. Alex, I'll come to you. What do you make of this win over a really, really, really good Browns team?
Yeah, color me very impressed. On the morning show, I mentioned how I was looking forward to this matchup more so than any other game on the slate besides Sunday Night Football. Was an incredible game, exceeded my expectations. These teams combined for 89 points. Incredible. Yeah, Herbert looked amazing. It was just like a heavyweight boxing match where it was just like big shot after big shot. It reminded me of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder last night with all the knockdowns. It was epic. Mike Williams has asserted himself as an elite wide receiver. The breakout is real. It's happening. He continues to get it done week after week. I love it. The Browns looked awesome. Nick Chubb. Baker Mayfield, for having a torn labrum, played very well. Doesn't have a lot of receiving talent to work with. Was still just slinging the ball. everywhere. I think there's a lot to be encouraged with. I guess the most surprising part for me was the Browns defense, or it might even be just credit to the Los Angeles Chargers offense. But yeah, I expected the Browns defense to be able to slow down the Charger offense a little bit, but it did not. So yeah, it was an incredible game. The Chargers have a lot to be excited about.
All right, let's keep pounding that like button. We're going to start giving away 2 when we get to 200 likes, so let's get that done. Now, Mikey, I want to come to you because this morning on the show, you said the Browns are a team that can go either way. They can play a defensive battle, or you said they can also score with you. That's exactly what happened today. Your take on this game that just finished.
Yeah, 2 really, really, really good teams in the AFC. Unfortunate that Cleveland didn't get that done for me there. I wanted them obviously to take a win away from the Chargers in that division for the Chiefs. But yeah, 2 great teams. Exactly how we thought that Cleveland can play with anyone. It's going to be what's great about them and ultimately probably what sucks about them at some point this season. They're just that team that's going to play to the level of the competition. It's just kind of the way that they're set up. So, you know, credit to the Chargers. They did really well, but I saw a lot of good things from the Browns. A few of those, you know, balls that they had where they had 4th downs. If one of them goes the other way, this game is, you know, the same kind of result you see right now, just on the other side. So very, very, very close competitive game, and glad I had it at plus 8.5 in the teaser.
Oh, I love that you had that teaser as well. AB, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, they're just a fun team. Like, it was an awesome game. It reminded me of Ole Miss and Arkansas from yesterday. Like, it was just back and forth constantly.
The only game that was not, I think, really, really pretty in the afternoon, depending on how you look at it. But the only remaining undefeated team is still the only remaining undefeated team. That's the Arizona Cardinals. They get it done at home, 17-10. They cover the spread. Trey Lance, 15-29. Oh, Chief, baby. Talk to me. Talk to me, Chief. Talk to me, Chief. Pound that like button. Let's go. So, Trey Lance, 15-29, $192, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, and they should have scored at least 2 more times today, and they lose by 7, so they've got to be kicking themselves. They fall now to 2-3 on the year, and Arizona now clearly in first place in the West at 5-0. AB, I'll come to you. Your thoughts on Arizona? Somehow they continue to dodge these landmines. When they play badly, the team they play plays worse. When they play great, the other team plays worse. That makes them 5-0.
I mean, they're phenomenal. I mean, we said it 6 hours ago on this channel that if they don't give you the game, you have no shot. And even if they try to give you the game, you still might not have a shot. They're that good. Like, their offense can go explosive. And look, M Squared, when we were leading up to the NFL season, he was the one screaming, saying, I'm telling you, Kyler Murray and Rondale Moore, this is going to be a super explosive offense. And that's exactly what it's been. It's just fun to watch them, man. They're awesome. And they can just – it's crazy how fast that they can turn things up, like, in an instant. They're just incredible, man.
I'll get to Chad in a second. Alex, what do you got?
Yeah, I love this Cardinals team. They're for real. They're winning games a multitude of ways. The offense has so many different options, super balanced. A ton of receiving options. What is concerning, though, is Max Williams, the tight end, who had been having a breakout campaign. It was carted off in, I think, the second or the third quarter. Looks to be a potentially serious injury. They would feel the effects of that because having that additional tight end receiving threat, I feel like, was partly what makes this offense so dynamic and so explosive. So, yeah, losing Max Williams would be a pretty significant hit if he is out for the season.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, speaking of a significant hit, let's go to the final late game. And just now, as I turned away, as you were talking, Alex, the Cowboys take a pick 6 back to the house. They're going to go north of 40 today against the Giants in the first half. Daniel Jones, I still don't understand when teams call these plays, but they can do what they want. Takes a head-to-head hit at the goal line, then goes down and bangs his head on the ground, gets up, had to be grabbed by a Dallas player because he was stumbling and stammering around. He gets taken off. Saquon Barkley, a freak ankle injury. He can't, if he doesn't have bad luck, Saquon Barkley doesn't have any luck. And so now it's going to be, So we're being told, who's number 95 for the Chiefs, Mikey?
Number 95.
Is that Chris Jones?
Yeah, that's our guy. He is out tonight. He is out
Huge
tonight. Huge loss for the Chiefs defense. Yeah. Why are you laughing? Why are you over there smiling?
Yeah, you know. Just excited about the other side.
I tell you what, do you have 2 SportsLine showdowns this week? Do you have one with
Yeah.
Mikey too? You got
No.
2. Somebody
Got
said,
2
all
now.
right, bring up Chad's YouTube comment if you would, please, AB.
Where's my man Chad here?
Where's Chad? He was up there a little bit higher. It was about you. Where's Chad at?
I'm sure
There's
that
so
should
many
be
people
good.
watching now. We love all of you. There we go. With that fresh shave, nice shirt and background, I thought that was a random Chick-fil-A manager. Not AB.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You know what? First off, hilarious comment. Second off, you know where Chick-fil-A managers are on Sundays? Off work, baby. Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Here in Orange County, they actually hired 2 Chick-fil-A managers to run their vaccination stations so they can get everybody through quicker. That actually happened here. So that was pretty cool. All right. So the Cowboys, they may be the other big surprise so far. If it wasn't for a field goal with 7 seconds to go, guys, against the Buccaneers, they would be undefeated, 44-20. This will be the last game we talk about. Then we'll get into the Bills and the Chiefs. But look at what Dallas has done today. Dak, 302, 3 scores. Elliott, $110. Pollard, 75. They combined for 185 on the ground. And a great quote from Ezekiel Elliott. And, Mikey, I'm going to have you start the conversation. He said that he understands now that he's no longer 24 or 25, that he needs rest, but that there's no fall off with Pollard when he comes in. So by the time they get to the fourth quarter, the defenses are worn down. That's exactly what we've seen again today. Your thoughts on what will end up being a 4-1 Cowboys team?
Oh, I love it. Since the start of the year, there's been 3 teams in the NFC that I've been pounding on that are 3 really good teams that are contenders. There's the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Green Bay Packers. These 3 teams are top 10 teams in the NFL, in my opinion. Not even just my opinion, and the actual simulations. They are all top 10 teams in the NFL. Dallas and Green Bay are very close to being top 5 teams right there. I love it. I think that as long as they can stay healthy, we keep getting scared every week with the Amari Cooper hamstring, and then he comes out there and is fine, catches another touchdown. So as long as that stays there, as long as he stays healthy, we had a scare with Zeke today. As long as he stays healthy, this team is in a great position. They had a friendly little schedule here with a few games at home. They took care of those games they were supposed to. They got the tough one out of the way with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they're in a really, really good position, especially now. Saquon Barkley could be out for an extended period of time. Daniel Jones is out. That's going to be a massive hit. Obviously the Eagles stole a win today, but I think that they've all but got the division wrapped up already, which sounds crazy to say this early, but I think that they do.
I think you're absolutely right. It's really at a point where they clearly look like the best team, and the other team's just going to beat each other up. All right, so we have now hit 200 likes, and I wonder if people are just a little bit. Yeah, thank you, Chief. Fatigued today from a very busy, profitable week, I might add. All right, Michael Wolf at Volmaniac53 and at Jeremy Plagman at JP Lagman. You are the first 2 winners of SportsLine memberships for a year. We will reach out to you on social media to give you all the details, but welcome to the family. Help us change more lives. Hit that like button. We're just not going to give them away. You got to earn it, and it's so important for the growth of the show and the growth of this channel. All right, it's time to get into tonight. And I love this game for so many reasons. Yes, they're my favorite team. Yes, they're Mikey's favorite team. But this is a really dynamic matchup against 2 teams that are only 2 of 3 teams, guys, that the last 3 weeks have scored over 100 points. The only difference is Buffalo actually has a defense, and the Chiefs do not. So the number has hovered around 3 for a minute. I want to make sure that I have it up to the second. So it's still at 3. And the over is at 56.5 now. That hook, for some reason, is like a flashing light to me. All right, for the side, let's come to AB first. Where do you make this game at 3? And the money line, by the way, is minus 143.
Yeah,
for the Chiefs.
I've been on the Bills all week, and there's no reason for me to jump off. And look, this is nothing against the Chiefs in terms of who they are as a team, but I just don't trust that defense. I mean, we saw Philly last week do whatever they wanted against them. And I kind of look at them the same way we talked about that I look at Iowa, and that I look at Michigan, and I look at Georgia. They've given me zero reason to jump off the betting train for the Buffalo Bills. They just blow people out. It doesn't even matter what the number is. I think it will tonight, but they just show up and play their offense, and they do not care who you are. And I think All of that said, we can take any stat. There's a million of them. I think the biggest thing are two things. One, they remember last year where their season ended. And two, I think that the coaching staff is telling that team saying, you know what? If you win an Arrowhead in October, you don't play here in January. They come to us. So I think that there's some extra motivation there that they know that they win this game. And when their offense is on, they don't have a third quarter lull. We can come back if we need to. No, they just keep stepping on your throat. They'll throw all over you. They just do not care. So, yeah, it's Buffalo for me.
Can you bring up – he didn't like that very much at all. I just saw a comment that Toy Kook – all these guys talk with confidence, and then they lose. He just wrote that. Yeah, we talked with a lot of confidence on the Packers today. We talked with a lot of confidence on the Saints today. We talked with a lot of confidence on the Steelers today. A lot of confidence on Alex, what were you on your props today in the early games?
5-0, Coach.
5-0. Toy, go back to the comments section.
Hey,
That's
Coach, I was just going to say this. You're right. We spoke with confidence. I literally stood on here and screamed that Derrick Henry owns a city, and he went for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, I mean, what do you want, man? You know?
I don't know. I guess they want us to win 75%, not just 66. That's what they want. Drives me bananas. On a show they choose to watch, and they insult the people on it. I just don't get that. I don't get it. Don't watch. Don't watch. We really don't care. Do you care, Mikey, if Toy watches?
I mean, I do. I actually like the negative comments. Negative comments are impressions the same way positive ones are. So, and then it lets me get to say something, creates a little bond with others in the comment section that are actually smart. So, yeah, I welcome those comments.
I like him because heel coach comes out of me. I love when I get to dig down deep and find heel coach is inside that action figure that Proppy has over there. That's heel coach right there. Oh, that's when you couldn't even talk to me back then. You could not talk to me back then. Now, Mikey, I'm gonna have to wear those sunglasses on the air one of these days. I'm gonna have to bring them on. Mikey, I'll tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you, because as much as I have confidence in my SportsLine showdown bet with AB, I do not have confidence in the Chiefs. So what I bet on the game is I bought it down to 55.5, and I played the over. That's what I did. Your thoughts on the number hovering around 56.5 right now?
Definitely has the potential to get there. The rain could be very limiting if we get that real big heavy rain in the second half. We're not going to have the heavy rain until the second half, but that third, fourth quarter could be absolutely brutal if this forecast is right. So I would certainly lean towards the over more than the under, though. I would not feel comfortable playing the under with these two teams. Okay. As far as the spread, I'm going to go ahead and hit that quickly too. So I make the Chiefs minus 4.3 in this game. I'll hit on some of the expected data. Obviously, if anyone's followed in baseball or anything else that we do, to me, expected data is the only thing that matters. What actually happens doesn't matter. A lot of people that are new to numbers, don't like numbers, will hate that statement, and that's okay. Again, I love the feedback, positive, negative, bring it. But expected data is what matters. There is no team in the NFL who has overperformed expectations so far more than the Buffalo Bills in terms of their points per game. 33.5 points per game, identical to the Kansas City Chiefs. Their expected data puts them about 27.1 points per game. The Kansas City Chiefs are one of the teams that has underperformed expectations based on the plays that they have run and the outcome of those plays. So far, their points per game should be over 36 points per game so far this season. I like this spot for Kansas City at home. So home field advantage in this spot in prime time in a game that both teams are prepared for is worth about 3 points in this spot. So I make Kansas City about a half a point better, 0.6 points better on a neutral field. You give them the 3 points for home field advantage. This number should be between 3.5 to 4.
Always on point. I'm going to get to you about props in bad weather, Alex, in a second, but I know AB wants to weigh in on something that Mikey was talking about.
Yeah, I think M2 brings up a really, really good point in the fact that if you look at the strength of schedule, you look at the teams the Chiefs have faced compared to the teams the Bills have faced, it's not even close. I think that does have value here. So there could be something that we learn about Buffalo tonight. So just agree with what M2 said. Great information.
All right, listen to Kelsey in the comment section. Keep pounding that like button. Let's get to 300 in the next couple of minutes. When you have potential of bad weather in the middle of games, Alex, how much does that hinder you from handicapping the props, or does it affect you at all?
It has a minimal effect, Coach. The only kind of weather I really pay close attention to, or that has a large effect on props, in my opinion, is wind. If there's high wind totals, then I will take that into account. But if it's rain or just some light conditions, to me, it doesn't really factor in too much.
All right, very good, very good. So again, my spies at Arrowhead right now, and I'm not kidding when I say this, I actually have an inside source there. It's steadily raining. It's going to be slow for the first half, and then the second half on, it should be steady rain. But remember, they've got a really good field in Kansas City. Not all the fields do, but they have a good field. Rain doesn't affect it really that much at all, so I think it should be good. All right, we have passed 45 minutes past the hour, so it's time to get in to Alex's favorite part of the show, which is
props, baby.
You know, it's props, baby. It's opportunities at the pay window. So before we get into all of them, I've got a bunch written down here I want to get to. And if you have something you want us to talk about or you want an answer to, put it in the comment section. Also, leave that Twitter handle every time that you write something. So I know you have a play in this game, Alex. Give it to us.
Yes, sir. I do, fellas. Yeah, I've been sitting on this one all day, holding it just for this evening's purpose. I have watched the number come up a little bit, but I'm still comfortable with it. It's Devin Singletary, Buffalo Bills running back, over 28.5 rushing yards. It might be up to 30.5. I didn't check right before, but someone did text me that. So yeah, I still like it at 30.5. 8 different players have had at least 30 yards rushing versus this Kansas City defense that we have been saying is just dismal. Of those 8 players, 6 of them are running backs. Kansas City is giving up 146 rushing yards per game on the season. That is the second most in the NFL. The Chiefs are allowing the highest yards per carry of any defense in the NFL, 5.4 yards. Singletary has quietly had a really nice start to the season. He's in a timeshare with Zach Moss, but he's performed well. He's had double-digit carries in all 4 games. He's averaging 65 rushing yards per game. He's cleared this total in 3 of the 4 games. He's also averaging 5.3 yards per carry. I have Singletary projected into the mid-40s. So, yeah, I think this is a substantial edge. I love Singletary tonight at that low of a number. I'd probably play it up to around 32, 33.5. But, yeah, out of all the props, this one has my attention the most.
All right. Now, I still have it at 28.5, but it's juicy, baby. It is juicy. Minus 150.
It's worth the squeeze, Coach.
Oh, man, I love when you tell me it's worth the squeeze. I'm putting it in right now. The next chance I get, I'm putting it in right now. By the way, you mentioned timeshare. Is that a Hilton timeshare they're in, or is that a Marriott timeshare that they're in for the game? I don't know. I think there's a lot of value on one side of that. All right. Now, we love same-game parlays, same-game teasers, and we had a YouTube question. I'm going to come to Mikey because you are the king of same-game parlays or same-game teasers. Do you have one you can give us right now that you like for the game tonight?
I don't have one built yet, but I will later in the stream. So here in 15 minutes or so, I will make sure that we get that before we sign off for sure.
My man. Very good. A little bit after 8 o'clock at the top of the hour, we'll have a same-game teaser and or parlay. And, of course, you know our Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game that's going to be rocking and rolling. All right, now, McCole Hardman, his number is 28.5 receiving yards. AB, let's come to you. Do you like that with the 3rd or 4th target for Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, you see, that interests me because this offense is so versatile and it's so deep that the Chiefs usually have one of their guys go monster, right? Either Tyreek or Travis Kelce, but then there's always someone else, and I think that they're going to have to do that. So if you think that the Chiefs are going to cover the game, it's going to take more than just one guy. So, yeah, if you're a big believer in what the Chiefs are going to do, 100%.
Alex?
You know who's active tonight, gentlemen?
Talk to me.
Josh Gordon.
Yep.
That's right. How do I forget that? You're absolutely – they're going to find a way to get him involved.
I mean, the reports about him that he's forgive me. I've heard these reports for a long time about him. I want to preface this statement. But, yeah, the reports about him have been absolutely glowing. Apparently, he's in just phenomenal shape. They feel good enough that they're going to put him out there tonight, having only been with the team for a limited amount of time. I'm expecting him to come in and have a role in the offense, and he will potentially take away snaps from a guy like Hardman, which is the whole reason they're bringing in Josh Gordon, because they haven't been getting the sort of production, the consistent production out of a McCole Hardman. So, yeah, I would err cautiously regarding Hardman, because I do expect Gordon to eat into his snaps and have a role in the offense tonight.
All right, very good. I'm going to come right back to you in a second. My man Jesse Greenwald in the comments section. What's up, everybody? Just woke up and ready to stay hot. What do you mean just woke up? What do you mean you just woke up? We've been watching games all day. We've been tweeting all day. You just woke up. Maybe he's on third shift. I don't know.
We've been watching since London, Coach. This has been like 10 hours of football, man. I've been up since like 2 in the – actually, I didn't sleep.
You and I both live on the West Coast. We don't sleep. Not on Saturday nights.
Real
quick. That's for suckers. You were on Clyde Edwards-Helaire last week. His number this week is 51.5. YouTube question. Do you like that number this week?
I like it. I don't love it. I'm a little with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I prefer scenarios where I know or I feel like there's a good chance that the Chiefs are going to be playing with a lead or nursing a lead. In this sort of game, I can see Buffalo, their offense is obviously extremely explosive, and when the Chiefs go down, they tend to abandon the run. So while I do think the number is somewhat friendly and I'm not playing the under, I'm not on the over for that reason, because I could see a scenario where the Chiefs are just abandoning the run. Plus, they've been mixing in Darrell Williams a little more in recent weeks as well.
All right, very good. AB?
Yeah, I think that Propstar just brought up a really good point. He's right that when the Chiefs go up, when the Chiefs are down, they can abandon the run, but when they're up, they're not afraid to run it. With the Bills, they don't abandon the pass at all, right? Whether they're up by 20 or whether they're down by 20. So I think that if you look on the opposite side in terms of, pass attempts, completions, but even interceptions, I think that could be an excellent play. We look historically, going back to the AFC Championship game last year, Steve Spagnuolo and that Chiefs defense just destroyed and wrecked Josh Allen with that secondary. It's not as good as it was last year, but the principles still remain the same. So it's worth keeping an eye on there.
So are you? I'll get right back to you, Alex. Are you liking that minus 111 for Josh Allen over half an interception?
Yeah, I am. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. You know what? That's an official play. Put that down. Yeah.
Oh, well, if it's
I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how much I like it.
Okay, well, I just played it. All right, Alex, what do you have, pal?
Just some other props that I have, I think have some sneaky value or I have my eye on. They're not official plays, but I do like them. I think Manny Sanders.
One second. I need a full page for you. I need a full page for you.
Should I give that one first since that one's my official play too?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that.
Are you going over or under?
Over.
Okay, yeah. My official play on the game, the only one so far, is Manny Sanders over 50.5 receiving yards. Play it up to 54.5. Okay. Love this spot for him. So Chiefs play in the top 5 in terms of the most man coverage, and his market share goes up pretty significantly against man coverage. And then the other thing that we want against man coverage is we love a field against man coverage. There's more opportunities for defenders who are struggling, like the Chiefs do at times, to slip, to create big plays. I love this number. He's gone under this number exactly 0 times so far this season. So I like Manny Sanders here over 50.5.
All right. So you said you'd play it up to 50. I have it at 53.5 right now. So you'd play it up to 54. All right. So I need to play this. Sorry, Alex. I got to get these in, pal. I got to get it in. All right. What else are you looking at, Alex?
I'm going to make Manny Sanders an official play of mine, too. I didn't realize Mike was on. It's one of my favorite props from the game. I also love the spot. Manny has been excellent. He's been a seamless fit in this Buffalo offense. Just immediate chemistry with Josh Allen. There are a ton of targets, a ton of passing attempts. This is a very high volume passing offense. And the Chiefs secondary is just as burnable as it gets. So I love the spot for Manny Sanders. And Mike said he's covered it in all 4 games. He's just been highly productive. You can see he has Josh Allen's trust. So I'm going to make this an official play along with the Singletary play. Those are my 2 plays from the game as of right now. So I love that.
Oh, I love that too. Did you have anything else you were looking at right now while the floor is yours?
I'm open for questions, but yeah, nothing that
we got a lot to get to. So Jen, I see you, Jen. I see you there. Everybody wants the quarterback props. They love the sexy props. We give them to you every time. So the rushing total numbers are this: Mahomes 16.5, Josh Allen rushing 33.5. Anybody like either one of the rushing numbers for the quarterbacks?
What was the Mahomes number again?
16.5.
Yeah, I should be playing it then. With the number that I have here, that should be a full play for me.
Okay.
In a competitive game with some weather, I do think that we're looking at a few scrambles here from Mahomes. So my number here is 25.5. I know it's right at the spot where I would want to play it with a player like him.
All right. Now I just lost it. How do I just lose that? All right. Let's look at yardage props, and the yardage for Mahomes 308.5. Josh Allen, 305.5. AB, talk to me on those two.
I don't like either of them. Yeah. I don't really like either of them at all. And you guys might disagree. There's nothing great value that I would jump all over.
Okay. Alex, you like either one of those? I'm going to come to you with attempts and completions.
Yeah, sure. I don't love either of those. I agree with AB. They're both high numbers. If I did have to lean one way, it'd be Allen versus Mahomes, though.
My man John in the comments section just said he put his kids to bed. And Mikey's wanting to know if you put out a receiver prop yet. Some random receiver prop. You're absolutely killing receiver primetime props, which you are.
Manny Sanders over 50.5 receiving yards would play it up to 54.5. Again, quickly love it because he's going to see a lot of man coverage. He gets a lot more targets in man coverage. Slippery field, going to help them and when they're trying to face a man coverage. So I think it's a great spot for him.
I hate it when we have to repeat plays because dudes or women, we don't care, have to put their kids to bed. That is dedication to the show. Put little Johnny down and come right to the early edge. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, we got a lot more props to get to. We are approaching the top of the hour. It goes so fast. We'll be here right up to kickoff of Sunday Night Football. And still to come, our same game parlay. Still to come, our same game teaser. And also our Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game picks. But keep pounding that like button. I haven't even got to 300 yet. And we have several more than that watching the show right now. So pound that like button so I can give away 3 more year-long subs. Now, the Josh Gordon props. It looks like it's around 15.5 if the YouTubers are to be believed. Do we even want to touch Josh Gordon tonight? Anybody?
I do. I actually played it. I played it for a quarter unit.
Okay.
So
quarter unit.
Not a full play, but yes, I do. This is one catch for him. So I'm basically betting on the one catch, but I'm more than comfortable having it because I tend to be in the camp that he is going to be out there on the field. As long as he's learned enough of the playbook, which I think that he has, he's just too good of an athlete to not be out there. I mean, you look at some of the last games and who we've got out there. We're throwing passes that are getting tipped and intercepted when we're attempting to throw to Marcus Kemp. Just not a good situation for some of those receivers. I think it actually helps. Byron Pringle is going to play a little more special teams, which is what he's actually built for. Not have to run so many of those routes in the 4 and 5 wide sets. So I do think Josh Gordon's at least going to be on the field.
All right. So Sean AB is calling you out because apparently we're almost to 400 now, and we haven't even given out 300 yet. You guys got to understand, AB's trying to produce and do the show, so give him a little bit of a break. AB, get on that right now, would you? No, I'm kidding. We'll get those 3 out. Let's get to 400 so I can give 7 away at the same time. All right, guys, there's 2 more big-time names for the Chiefs that everybody wants to know about. Last week, Tyreek Hill went bananas, north of 200. His number tonight is 89.5. Travis Kelce, also 89.5. Now, he had a rare off game a week ago, and it's very, very rare that Travis Kelce has 2 off games in a row. Do we like either one of those numbers, yardage?
I love Kelce. I think this is a tight end game on both sides, especially the worse that the weather gets. I like that. And I'm alluding to a pick that I'll have a little bit later in the show. But, yes, I think this is a tight end game. If the weather gets worse and worse, look at that on both sides. So if I had to go one way, I'm going Kelce.
Alex, absolutely no tight end jokes here, but do you have something?
Yeah, I'm with AB. I'd like Kelsey here. Tyreek is obviously just a big play waiting to happen. He's going to face a lot of Tre'Davious White, who's an elite corner. So I think Kelsey will have the more advantageous matchup. I prefer Kelsey.
Okay, let's go to Mikey for the receptions prop. Tyreek is 6.5. Kelsey 7.5.
I think you could lean over on Kelsey, which is still a big number, but I do tend to think he's going to get peppered with targets, especially if you think that the Chiefs end up trailing in this game. If you think they get down by 10 points at any point, I think that they're going to hit a lot of targets over the middle of the field to Travis Kelce, but it's such a big number that I don't feel great about it in this spot. And then on the Tyreek Hill side, I would play the yardage before I would play the total on the receptions. Like I said, he's just a big play waiting to happen. There's a good chance that he has 50, 60 yards in one play. But there's also a very good chance he only ends with 6 catches in this game.
Yeah. All right. So I have a tendency to lean towards the yardage as well. How about Chad getting 2 call-outs in the show from our YouTube commenters? Whoever clicked the dislike button is disqualified from winning the coach action figure. But he has
I'll know
AB
too.
Action figure.
I'll know.
Yeah, did you
I
see the
will
rest
know.
of it, Alex? He says, but he has won the AB action figure. That's the best part of the whole thing is that, AB, do you have an action figure?
Well, you know what? No, I'm nowhere near popular enough for anything like that. However, I do like that Chad is just firing out missiles here in the chat. Hilarious. Like he's been on point all night.
Alex?
Whoever ends up winning the coach action figure is going to have to submit a screenshot of their like and dislike history, and I just have to verify that they have never disliked any SportsLine related content ever. If they have, they're immediately disqualified.
Hey, you make the rules. You make the rules with this. So I'm just going to allow you to run it, and I kind of like that. If there's ever been see, sometimes your history on the show matters. It matters right now when you get a limited edition. And believe me, there weren't a ton of those made. There just were not a ton of those made. All right, we are after 8 o'clock. The game starts in 12 minutes. Let's get these picks in. We've given you so many official picks that we like, that we're leaning towards. And ding, 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 ding. I've got 3 winners now. Year-long memberships to SportsLine. Welcome to the family. At Bazooka Sharks, at Walt All Timothy, and at the Chris Cates. You 3, thank you so much. You just won a year-long sub to SportsLine. We have it's such a big brand now, and it's such a big platform. We want as many people as humanly possible being a part of it because it's about knowledge, it's about information, and it's about fun. That's what SportsLine is all about. Now, whenever we cross the top of the hour, it's our favorite time of the show. The Van Jefferson Memorial. He's very much alive, but that's what we call it. First touchdown of the game prop. So, Mikey named it. Mikey made this happen. So, he always goes first. Mikey, what do you got for us tonight? Uh-oh. No, you didn't. Mikey.
We pulled it Jay Smooth.
You pulled it Jay Smooth. All right, what do you got?
We pulled the Jay Smooth. I said this one's fun, but it's not as fun because we don't have a lot of great depth. However, so I'm going to give you 2 because there's one that I think is very, very interesting still, as long as he is active, and I haven't checked it yet. Blake Bell, 6,500 for Kansas City Chiefs. He's been on the field in the red zone a few times, so that's like the absolute elite long shot at 6,500. Just make sure that he's active because I have not checked the inactive status for him. I believe that he is still active for this game. After that, I hate it because I can't give you something that's more than I'm used to giving you such long shots, but I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes 2,200.
Okay.
I'm looking at the Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown. I think that this is a good spot for that.
Uh-oh. Are we okay over there? Are we all right over there?
Good.
We're okay. All right. So we got Mahomes and Blake Bell at plus 6,500. Okay. AB, what do you got for us tonight?
Yep. Going with my man Dawson Knox here, plus 1,500. And not only do I like we just spoke about tight ends, in a bad weather game, but look at the last 3 games for Dawson Knox and the Bills. 16 targets, 4 touchdowns. My man is putting in touchdowns at a 25% clip of his entire targets. He is a monster. Yeah. Give me Dawson Knox plus 1,500.
Oh, I love that. It's supposed to be north of 1,000. So, our guys, sometimes you want to go with that plus 600 for Stephon Diggs or whatever it is, but it's got to be north of plus 1,000. Alex, what do you got for us tonight?
Yeah, I just want to say I like that Dawson Knox one a lot. He's really emerged as a very good receiving tight end for Buffalo. So, yeah, I love that. But, mine is Gabriel Davis plus 3,000. He's scored 7 touchdowns last year in his rookie season. The reason he has not been nearly as productive this season is because of the guy that Mike and I are both on, Emmanuel Sanders, signing with the offense. He's basically taken away most of Gabriel Davis's snaps and 3 wide receiver sets, along with Cole Beasley and Stephon Diggs. So, yeah, Davis is now playing in 4 wide receiver sets. He last year was 4th in the NFL in yards per catch. He is a big play waiting to happen. I mentioned the 7 touchdowns. He's electric. He's explosive. He's going to be on the field some. And, yeah, he knows how to catch touchdowns. So, yeah, I like his odds at plus 3,000.
Oh, all right. Very, very good. So, a little potpourri. Maybe do a little sprinkle on all of them, because if you do a little sprinkle and you hit, you're going to make money. And it's just fun, too. Not every bet has to be serious. Not everything has to be so serious, cut and dry. Sometimes we want to have fun. That's what we do here at the show. We just want to have fun. All right, we are 8 minutes away from kickoff, and we always give you a couple of minutes to get those plays in. We have a big new audience that came at the top of the hour, so welcome to all of you. Real quickly, let's go back around, because I know they always come in and say, listen, I missed the plays for whatever reason. So quickly, Alex, what official plays do you have on the show tonight?
Yeah, so I've got 2. One is Devin Singletary over 28.5 rushing yards. Really quickly, the Chiefs' defense has been just absolutely dismal against the run. They've allowed the 2nd most rushing yards per game, the highest yards per carry average. 8 players and 6 running backs have gone over this 29-yard total. Singletary's averaging 65.5 rushing yards per game. He's averaging 5.5 yards per carry. He's gotten double-digit attempts in every single game. So, yeah, I think Devin Singletary, this is an easy number for him at 28.5. And the other prop that I like, Mike is on this as well, so I'll let him go into it, but it's Emmanuel Sanders. Did we get it at 50.5, Mike?
Correct, 50.5.
50.5, yes.
Over 50.5 receiving yards is the other prop.
All right, let's come to you, Mike, to back that up.
Yeah, I love Emmanuel Sanders over here. He's going to face a lot of man coverage. That's what the Chiefs do. That's what they have to do, unfortunately, at times. And that's what's going to happen tonight. He's going to play well. First touchdowns, I have Blake Bell plus 6,500 and Patrick Mahomes 2,200. And then I have a same game parlay quickly for everyone here. It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs plus 4.5, over 46.5. Devin Singletary over 24.5 rushing yards. Emmanuel Sanders over 44.5 receiving yards. And then the Bills' first half team total over 6.5. And that's going to come back at plus 400.
Oh, my gosh. I love these are fun parlays. So we're going to go Chief plus 4.5, over 46.5. We're going to go Sanders over 44.5, Singletary over 24.5, and then the Bills' first half team total of 6.5. Correct?
Correct. And that's plus 400.
Plus 400. You put all of that together. That's what you call a fun parlay. What do you got, Alex?
I was just
you're just
making sprinkling and telling I'm on that bet too.
We're doing all kinds.
I love it. I love Mike's same day parlay.
Some dude in the comment section said you need a bobblehead doll because you're always doing this when you get excited.
I get excited. I know.
Bro, my number one thing is I hate people. I don't hate people, but when people are too cool for school, I want to work with people and be around people that show me they're into whatever it is that they're into. We're into sports. We're into sports betting. You got to show me that you're into it. You do it. AB does it. Everybody in the chat does it. Why wouldn't you show people you're into it? I've never understood that. I tell my kids that all the time. We live for this. We get paid to do this. This is crazy.
Beautiful.
This is crazy. All right, we are down to just 4 minutes, so we're getting ready to wrap up the show. I'm going to see if we have any other plays that people want to know about. They're all getting settled in. You know what? We have 400 likes. I'll give away 4 more winners, and we'll wrap it up because I know we want people to get in, and this is a very big game. And it looks like we got to all the plays they wanted to get to. All right, so 4 more names. At Corey_Crosby, at BVaughn2000, at Trojan Rich, and at S. Clay Spitz. You 4, thank you so much for being a part of the family, joining the team at SportsLine. We will reach out to you and give you all the details on how you can cash that in for free for the next 12 months. All right, we're down to 3 minutes before the start of the game, so I like to wrap up every show as my guys can tell you their final take on the game. Since Mikey's a Chiefs fan, I respect that. Mikey, you can go first.
Not much to say. Let's go Chiefs, but let's give up some yards to Manny Sanders across the middle and score some points. Get over 46.5. But I like the Chiefs here. I think this is a great spot for them to come in and show everyone that they're still one of the best teams in the NFL, one of the top 2 teams in the NFL.
Very good. By the way, if we can get to 5 more likes, we will find 5 winners, and I will give them out on the morning show tomorrow because it'll take too long to find 5 right now. But apparently we're 5 away from 500, which is an incredible number here on the show. So let's get to those 5 before AB and Alex talk. All right, or get finished talking. AB, what do you got tonight other than the fact you're on a loser? Go for it.
Yeah, it's always fun to be on the opposite side of you two guys. That's like you're walking into like a mob hit. You're like, this isn't good at all. I mean, Bills plus 2.5 here on the show. We just talked about, Josh Allen in terms of his 1 interception. But it interests me that if you kind of look at the Chiefs, they're kind of like Alabama. They've been running things for a while. The Bills, kind of like Georgia this year. Well, Alabama lost. Waiting on the Chiefs to go ahead and get that loss too. Let's get the Bills.
You've been sitting on that. You've been sitting on that damn thing all day. You've been sitting on that damn thing all day. I respect it though. I respect it. Alex, bring us home.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this game. It's been tremendous Sunday night football. Hasn't been the same for Thursday night football, but we just have another great matchup. I am slightly disappointed we did not get to 1,000 likes. I'm going to be on stream tomorrow before Monday Night Football. I really hope to give this away to someone. Let's get to 1,000 likes before Monday Night Football tomorrow, and this amazing limited edition Coach action figure will be yours.
I know we make up the rules a lot as we go along because, hell, I run the show. I can do whatever I want. But we are not making up the rules for that. We will not give it away until we have 1,000 likes on the show. I don't care if it takes till 2023. We will not give it away until there's 1,000 official likes on the show. Thank you all for the kind nuggets and notes in the comment section. You guys are amazing. You're so active, and we love that. Kelsey, I see you one more time down there, always on the 1s and the 2s. All right, guys, the game's going to start in 1 minute. There's nothing more that we can do. But I do believe we have one more thing that we have to do. Somebody asked if there was a straight build or a – how about we do that? That'll a little better. I don't know if I can – I can't see what it says. Oh, yeah, there you go. You've got your marching orders. That was for you, AB. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Hopefully you got all your plays in for my man PropStar, for AB, for M Squared. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I got a little call from the Maestro. He says, Coach, I went in on the SportsLine Showdown bet at 3. So, Maestro, consider it done. I'm giving you 3 points. I'll take the Chiefs. You can take the Bills. You can pay me right behind AB when we're all said and done. Oh, I love this so much. Hopefully you do too. For our entire team at SportsLine and the Early Edge, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time for the morning show. And then don't forget, tomorrow night we'll count down to Monday Night Football, 7:20 Eastern time, and all the way to kickoff. All right? Man, I love this so much. Tell your friends. Your favorite sports betting brand, there's only one, the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.